Hi everyone. So welcome back. Till now, two sessions are completed, day one and day two. So microservices we are started. Still we are at the user microservice as we need to implement all types of operations in the user microservice. So we'll continue for today as well. Okay. Now coming to the user microservice. Yesterday we faced one problem. How many of you find the solution? Tell me, guys. Some 2 to 3 members raised your concern in the, in Telegram group. Whoever knows the solution can help me, guys. Where we done mistake yesterday? If I try to insert the data, user ID must not be null. We face an issue. Is everyone aware? Anyone tried?
Yes, sir. There is only user IDs issue there.
Yes.
You
What
can
is the solution? What is the solution?
uh, in yeah either in entity class na you can change
Okay.
you
Okay. Any others? Any others tried in your local system?
and in user ITO class na there is no requirement of the user ID.
Okay. This is a DTO that's okay. For DTO objects, there is no issues. Okay, see here. See, when we are mapping relationship between two entities, now when you are storing user information, okay, we need to store credential information as well. Now, if you observe here, we have a one-to-one mapping here. If you go to credential object, inside a credential, we have a join column user ID. So whenever you are preparing a user object, you need to set as a data for this user object as well. This is called bidirectional relationship here. So inside in yesterday session, whenever we are mapping helper classes, we are mapping, right? Here, if you see here, here you prepared a user object and inside a user you are setting credential, but inside a credential object we not yet set the data here. Credential dot set user. You need to set this user information. This will fix your bidirectional problem and user ID problem. It will be solved for both. This is the problem. Yesterday we done the mistake here in this place. So it will create a user ID in the database and it will be set automatically here. Okay, have a look here. Even yesterday while printing in credential, why? Because credential object also should store in the database, but if set is user is null, inside a credential entity, it is throwing the exception. To maintain, to insert as a primary key into credential object, we need to set mandatory these two attributes here. This is for the problem statement. Now have a look, go to service IMPL. Now we are setting the data, we are fetching the information, and here this method also we are not yet completed in yesterday's session. Only in helper class only this activity is done, but what about this activity? This also we should able to perform here as well. Okay, now let me copy here. Whenever you are performing, if user is null, just I want to do some validation here. Whenever it is a null, I want to throw written as a null here. I want to check a verification. Now I want to convert an object user DTO object. Let me do the properties. User DTO equals to user DTO here. Now I need to copy the properties bean utils. Bean utils copy from source to destination. My source is the user, destination is the user DTO here. Now I need to prepare credential as well. If user dot get credential, okay, is not equals to null in database, this object should not be null. Then I need to convert into credential DTO. Let me do credential DTO equals to new credential DTO here. Now let me copy properties, bean util, copy source to destination. How, what is the source? User dot get credential and destination is the DTO. Then inside your user DTO, I need to set, right? What are the objects you are getting? You need to set and you need to return your user DTO back here. This is the one. Now let me run this application, whether are we able to insert the data or not. Let me run and I will take your questions. Only the mistake what we done yesterday about we forgot to set the data into credential object, because one-to-one mapping, when you have this kind of relationship, we should be taken care the object as well. Then only Hibernate will insert your key, the user primary key into credential database table. Now go to the Postman. Now let me provide some same details I am providing here. Credential, username, password, role based authority, remaining attributes are true or false here. Now what we can do, now go to database here and let me close all. I need e-commerce ms. Where is that database? Yes. Okay, it is to lot of tabs I opened. Okay, now let me see. User is empty, credential is empty. Okay, two things are empty. Now let me go ahead and run this application here. Now 201 created. Why it is not giving? Let me verify. Go to user controller. We are returning the user DTO. Let me go to the save operation. Okay, just I commented here. So due to that, I'm unable to see the data. Let me create another object as well. Result. Let me restart the application. And you can verify in the database now. Select it here. Now see user ID, email, first name, last name, phone number. Now go to credential table. Now verify credential ID 3, account true or false means true means 1 represents, 0 means false. Password, role, username, that user ID. Yesterday we are not setting into credential that user objects, due to that it is we given a constraint, not null constraint for user ID. So that's why we face this issue here. Now let me insert another user here. Okay, another user, let me make it as a Shiva. Okay, let me provide some information here. Okay, Shiva 456 here. Okay, now I want to make it as a admin here. I want to make it as a admin and send it here. Now see in the logs as well. See user ID, first name, last name, email, phone number. There is no password here because of DTO objects. Credential ID, username, password, role based authority, enabled, account. In credential, we have user equals to null. Why? Because when you fetch the user, anyway, I'm fetching the credential object. So user is again not required here. Even we can apply, if you want, we can apply some not null constraints we can apply as well. Where is our DTOs? Now insert DTO, credential DTO here. Just we can apply here ignore not null. If anything is a not null, we can make it include equal to not null as well. As of now, you can keep it, but this is the information here. How you can fetch the data. I mean, how you can create the data here. Now, let me know your queries. Yes, guys. Are we good?
Yeah. I'm facing one minor issue, maybe in the user mapping helper class.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
today, just I'm trying to get that user DTO that get the credential DTO.
Hmm.
I'm getting that the method is not recognized something, but yeah, that method is not recognized.
That means your Lombok is not integrated. Your Lombok issue.
Okay, so that jar is not loaded or?
Exactly. Yes, you can verify in our YouTube. We have a video. Lombok you need to install in your STS here. Just
Sure, sure.
type Java Express Lombok. Just you can type it here.
Yeah.
This is the video. You need to spend a 10 minutes of time. You should do
Okay.
plugin installation. This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Lot of people, this is the mistake only when you making get. When we are making set, it will not work due to Lombok issue here. Who are using IntelliJ, no need to do any separate installation, direct plugin you will have in IntelliJ, so that will work in IntelliJ. But in STS, manually you should do.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, isn't it work if we directly used in XML file?
XML file.
Means like the dependency below that dependency one plugin also there form.xml.
No, that is not sufficient. That's why watch the video.
Okay. Okay.
This is not sufficient. This is plus in STS we need to install Lombok explicitly.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Chalo then. Now let me user controller, just we done the post mapping. I will provide user ID. I want to fetch the user details. If I provide user ID, I want to delete the user information. Now go to this application. Now I want to fetch the user. Now what is the user ID? User ID is 8. Okay, let me fetch the user information. Just 8 I am providing and click on send option. Now just see here, user ID 8. If you provide the complete information we are getting right now here. Now let me create another 2 users in database already we created, right? Let me go to the user information again. Yeah, 2 users are created, 2 credential objects are created. Now imagine you want to try manually. I want to perform here 7. See here, if you make a 7, user ID is a foreign key. Am I correct or not? Tell me guys.
Yeah.
Correct.
It is
Foreign
not
key, right? Now
possible.
let me try manually whether it is working on. See, update credential, set user ID equal to 7. Let me click. See here, there was an error while applying SQL script to the database because it will not execute because of the relationship between 2 tables mapping it is created. Even if you try to do manually, it will not work as well here. Not null, and user ID should be unique for the credential. This is called one-to-one mapping between the user and credential here. Clear? Now let me perform the delete operation as well. Let me perform the delete operation. Now I want to delete a user of 8 here. Now let me verify what is the user information. I want to delete the information of 7. I want to delete. Okay, let me do the 7 and click on the send option. Now true, deleted. Now go to your database and refresh, record is deleted. Now verify in the credential object and verify that record is also deleted. Why? Because it's a parent and child relationship. If you're trying to delete a parent, you should delete the child as well. That is the what mapping is happen. Here only we have an option. Okay, whenever you are perform the activity, cascade type equal to all here. If you don't specify cascade type, if you're trying to delete the child record, we cannot able to delete as well. You guys can have a try cascade type, remove this cascade and try to delete the record and have a try some R&D on this pattern as well. Now creating a user, fetching the user and deleting the user. I asked to do assignment for update the user as well as a assignment to you guys. Now I want to fetch the credentials here. Now go to the Postman. Okay, let me go for this doc. Okay, creating a user, updating users. You guys need to try after you are facing, when you are facing any problem, any place, let me know in the email, not in WhatsApp. If you send an email so that I can clarify you immediately, not after 10 days, not after 20 days. Okay, if you are learning now, Try today or tomorrow here. So you have a lot of time, practice and complete the updates. A mandatory to complete here. Okay, update user functionality here. Then we can say whoever completed means okay, now you are following these videos and you can able to do everything here. That is my assumption, guys. And I want to fetch the user information now. Okay, now our requirement is I will provide my username. Then I need to fetch the credentials information here. Now go to database. Now see it is available in which object, in which table username is available. Tell me.
The table.
Credential table or user table? Your username, where it is available?
User table.
Again, please verify where is your username?
Okay.
Credential.
Credential table. So do we need to prepare controller layer, service layer, helper class, all the things or not? Tell me, guys.
Yes.
Do we need to prepare? Now let me start about, first let me do the service layer here. Let me do the service layer. Let me do service layer here. Right click. Let me create a class just here. Credential service IMPL. Okay, now let me write a service layer at the rate service annotation to print your logging SLF4J. Now here now you guys tell me, let me go to the repository here, find by repository here. To fetch the data from database based on the ID, what is the method I should use?
Find by ID.
Find by ID, correct. If I want to fetch the data non-primary keys, means by using DSL methods we can perform here. Domain specific language methods, those are all called DSL methods. To do this activity we need to follow simple grammar. Simple grammar we need to follow here. If you follow the grammar properly, it will generate method to you. You no need to write SQL queries. It will help you to generate the query based on the method name. Okay, now tell me, to retrieve the information based on the username, what is your input, what is your output? Tell me, what is the input data type, what is the output?
Will be user ID, output will be user object.
Input is user ID or username?
Username. Input
Name,
is
sorry.
username.
What is the data type?
String. Varchar.
String, exactly, string. No, we are discussing not database,
Okay.
model class. Now output,
Object.
Credential object.
exactly, credential object. Okay, now
Right.
this object may present, may not present. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Now tell me,
Optional.
in Java 8, which functionality we should use?
Map.
Optional, sir. Optional.
Exactly, optional. Correct, optional. If suppose or username is not unique in database, what will be the return type?
List of optionals. Sir.
Exactly, list of credential objects. Correct or not?
But sir, we are giving the input like as a username should be unique.
No, I'm asking all the possible cases I'm explaining. If username is unique, always you will get single object. Imagine username is not unique, then it can be
Then
list
it will
of
be list of
credentials. Correct? Now see here, now the return type is optional of credential here. Option of credential. Now you need to follow simply find by, and on which variable name you are applying?
Username.
Name.
Copy the variable name.
username.
Your voice is breaking. Someone is speaking. Mohammed, yours some issue, I think. Have a look. Now see username. That's it. Now, what is the standard practice we need to follow while writing method names?
Name should be in the all
Camel
U and the
case.
should be
Camel
casing,
case
huh?
letters. Just change it to U. That's it. Automatically a method will be generated at the runtime to you. Have a look here. Okay, now credential is ready. Now go to the service layer. Now, sorry, credential here. Now here, let me do. Please mute yourself. You have some audio problem. Credential repository. Yours breaking, so that's why it will be recorded, right?
we
So that's why. Yeah.
have to create credential service as well, right?
Which one?
I'm saying credential service.
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. Only one method, right? So that's why not created.
Okay.
You can follow that practice. I explained for one scenario, right? You guys can follow the remaining practices. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Now find by username here. Now I can take as a username as a input. Okay. Now have a look. Now I want to return. Okay. Again, we need a helper class. We need a helper class or not? Tell me. You
Yes.
have a from database, you will get the object. Okay, let me do that actually. Dot find by username. Okay, if you find the username, you will get the optional here, optional object here. If optional dot is present, if available in database, not available in database here. If not available, okay, throw new runtime exception here. Runtime exception. Do you know how to handle exception handling?
Yes.
Right. Okay. That is a one assignment, guys. I will give you today a couple of assignments. You guys need to complete by Sunday all the things. Username not found in DB here. Okay. Now, if record is present, how to get the data? Tell me. We need to use get
Optional target.
method. You will get DB credential object here. Now here you need to convert. You know, right, how to convert. Now let me create a helper class. Right click, interface, credential mapping helper class. Okay. Now same pattern, just you need to copy. What is your input? What is your output?
User
What
is
Input is
input.
DTO type of credential.
exactly. Now map, I need to create credential object. Then you need to get the object. Now let me do credential DTO equals to new credential DTO here. Now here what should I do? Bean utils dot copy source and destination. Source is credential, destination is DTO object. Now if I want to do one more condition, get user not equals to null. User is not equals to null. I need to convert user DTO or not. Tell me, guys, when you are sending user object, credential object, you need to send user information or not? Respond. Inside a credential, we have a user
Yes.
DTO or not?
Yes.
This user DTO we should send back, correct? Now how you can
Yes.
do? Again, we need to copy the properties. Bean
Bean
utils dot copy
copy.
properties sources. Now you guys tell me, what should I write it here?
You credential
Credential
user.
dot get user.
Credential dot
Get user.
Get
exactly get
user.
user
User.
information. Now user DTO. Then what is the next step I should do?
We would set it.
From where, in which object I need to set?
Credential
Again,
dot
Credential
get
DTO
user.
to
Exactly. Set. We need
User.
to set user
Uh,
DTO. User DTO. That's it. Now return credential DTO. Are you comfortable writing helper class or not?
yes, sir.
If you are comfortable with writing mapping helper na, and model classes, your project is ready. Okay. Next, and there is one property also basically I want to try. Later we'll try what it is mean. Credential DTO.
Sorry, your voice is low.
Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. After completing, I want to try some other thing. We'll see how it is working or not. We'll try. Okay. Now go to the service layer. क्या हुआ? Okay. I need to return category, not category, credential mapping helper dot map of DB credential. That's it. Done. Completed. Now go to your credential controller. Right click, credential controller here. Okay. Now at the rate rest controller at the rate request memo. You guys tell me what should I write as per standard practices?
API slash
API
credential.
slash.
Exactly. API slash creden. What should I write?
Credential.
Credentials. Yes. Plural form should be required. Okay. Even there is one module available called Spring Data REST module. Anyone knows about this module? Anyone aware?
No, sir.
No,
One.
sir.
Yes.
How many of you aware? Can you please raise your hands? Okay. Okay. Yeah. In the real time, we will never use this module, very rare case. But what you know, if you implement this module, controller layer is not required. Controller layer is not at all required to you. It will implement controller automatically if we integrate this module. While they're implementing best practices, they will follow apostrophe s. If your model class has user, to implement user CRUD operations, users, they will be use it here. For a high level information, just I'm giving. Whenever I have a time, I will release one video on this in this particular module as well in YouTube, guys. Okay. Just for your understanding, just I explain. If you need more information, just check in the Google. You will get lot of articles also available. Okay. Now let me come to our point. Credential service IMPL, TIL service IMPL, credential IMPL here. Let me make arch over here. Now public void, okay, find by username. Okay, at the rate get mapping here. Okay, let me implement username slash dynamic variable. Am I correct or not? Your username, which annotation I should use?
Param
At the rate path
Variable.
See, sorry,
variable.
path variable.
Exactly, string username data type here. Anyone tell me? I'm using uname. Now tell me, what should I do? Shaker yourselves audio problem. Not clear. Others. Anyone?
Sir, after, yes, sir. After annotation, we have to declare
Okay,
that
I
uname
know.
in
What
double
about
quotation.
others? Others, anyone knows? Joseph, Kiran, Rohini, Suraj, Sushmita. Tell me. If you see here, uname, if you have username and username, no problem at all. When you have here variable name, here variable name is not matching. Suppose it is not matching. If you want to make it dynamic, okay, just here you should specify that variable name like this uname. It will map automatically here. This is a new point for you guys. I explained in today's session that part. Okay. Okay, now let me get the credential service IMPL. I need to find the username here. Once you find the data, you will get as a result here. Now I want to send return response entity dot okay. Just I'm sending dot okay of body. Now what object? A result I want to send it back here. I want to send the result here. Let me change the DTO object. Okay, now let me restart the application here.
Sir, we cannot write like http status dot OK.
No, we don't have, right? HTTP status dot okay. If you want to customize status code or anything, response entity we can use. @ response status. This is also you can do that. Previously we explained, right, this pattern. HTTP, there is a code equals to HTTP status dot okay. This is fine. Clear?
Okay.
Both approaches are fine. Now started. Now go to your application. Okay. Now I want to fetch the username by user. See, API users username, your username. If I send it with Rakesh, now probably you will get exception. Okay. Now why it is exception? First of all, 404 not found. Okay, maybe because of okay, not a credentials. API /credentials starts username. If I do this one, internal server error. Why? Because that user itself is not existing, the DB here. Now I want to provide username as Shiva456. Shiva456 I am doing. 456, send it here. Are you able to see now? Are you guys able to see?
Yes.
Is clear,
Yes.
everyone?
Sir, we can
Yes.
can we do it like this? If user is not there, in response it should say username is not there.
Exactly, correct. That exception handling you guys need to implement. In REST API already we covered or not?
Yes.
That
Yes.
you guys need to implement in these services now. Are we good? Same activity I should perform in user controller. Now tell me, guys. Go to repository layer. I want to fetch the user details by username. Now tell me. Any idea? Okay, first, what is your input? What is your output?
Input
Input
is
is
Input is
string.
username.
username.
Username. Output?
User.
User.
If you fetch the user, I will get credential also, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now first try to do with optional of user. Okay, now tell me what I told, on which variable I want to do this activity.
Find by
Username.
Name.
U,
Now
U
tell
capital.
me username is available in this object.
no.
Credential dot
First
credential
name.
dot username.
Now to go to username, first where I should go?
Credential.
Credential. Copy the variable name. Copy the variable. Okay, then go to credential. On which variable name? Username. Copy. Keep it here. That's it. Completed. You no need to write any query. It will generate a query for you. Now tell me again.
Camel
While
case.
writing method name, camel case.
C capital, U
C.
capital.
That's it. Your job completed. Any approach. This is called bidirectional relationship. From credential, you can fetch the data. From user side also, you can fetch the data. Are we good?
Yes.
If you implement, output is same end of the day. Clear? Or you want me to controller layer, service layer, everything?
No, it's fine.
Others, are we good?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now you guys tell me what are the assignments are pending now. Now in user microservice, what are the things we need to implement?
Update map.
Microservices Assignment. Whoever done assignment only, I can give the solution to you, whatever you done mistake. If you are sitting silent and give me the source code, no use at all. Assignments you need to do. Okay. Number one, tell me. Update operation. Is everyone clear about update? What to do? Have a try first of all. Others, tell me.
Yes, it is a giving user ID and your user detail.
Exactly.
Then
Have a
it will
try.
do the
Have a
update.
try. Update operation.
Yes.
Number two,
Yes.
handle exceptions. What are the annotations you should use?
Controller advice.
At
Controller
the rate
advice.
REST controller advice.
Advice.
Next,
That
Exceptional handler.
exception
Yeah.
handler. What kind of exception should throw? What kind of custom exceptions you should create?
A user not
User
found
not found.
exception or a invalid credential.
User not found, exception, invalid,
Credential.
all credential not found exception. Anything is fine, right?
Sir,
Anything is fine.
one
Variable
time.
names. Even not required this one. In both cases, user not found exception only, you can do that. Clear? End of the day, you are
Okay.
checking username only. Am I correct or not?
Yes.
Instead of throwing you credential not found, it should be generic user not found exception. Are you guys able to do second one? Who are completely new, only microservice you guys are joined. Okay, in our Spring Boot videos, we have a concept called exception handling. Try to complete exception handling. You will get one more revision for you guys. Let me show you where it is. So that why I given means couple of people are saying I know Spring Boot and REST API. For those to do this activity here, so that we'll get to know how many of you be aware. See here, exception handling. So that this topic will be covered, and in our microservices, this topic also will be covered. Clear? Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Next, still what operations I can integrate? Tell me. You guys tell me. What still what we can improve in this microservice?
Partial update of user.
That is fine. That is normal. Patch mapping. If you do update, that is easy. Nothing else. Next. Tell me, guys.
Logging.
REST API. Think about REST API concepts, guys. Documentation, Open API.
Yeah,
Swagger, sir.
Swagger. Correct or not? What about validation? When
Yeah.
I'm providing username, my username should be at least accept 3 characters. I don't want like a single character like this. What is the topic?
Validation.
Validation. Which annotation I should use?
At the rate
At the rate valid. What kind of
Valid.
annotations we can use in bean validation?
At
the rate.
mean.
Others. Suraj, Sushmita, you guys are not
Length.
responding. Rohini.
Not null.
Exactly. Not null or not
rate
empty
empty.
or at the rate email, or we can use decimal. Lot of annotations are there. At least try to empty at least one.
Sir, what is the annotation for restricting the length?
Length. Length we can use or at the rate min or at the rate max. We have a decimal also there. Have a look once some annotations.
Sir, do you have for rejects to validate?
Regular expressions, that email ID,
Yes,
we
sir.
can use some kind of a at the rate regex, I think. If you know regular expressions, you can write it for email for regular expression. Have a try.
Okay.
Have a try. If not, then let me know. I will help you. Email validation, you can try, guys. Means regular expression you can allow, or phone number validation, or like that. Up to that we can write it. Can you guys able to do these 4 topics by Sunday? Tomorrow I'm not taking. You guys need to complete. At least 10 students need to submit the assignment to me.
Sir,
Sir,
in
it is
custom exception, in user not found exception,
Hmm.
we have to provide message as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Correct. You need to obviously you should provide the message. Then only you can throw exception. Correct.
So just one question. For exception handling, we are only use this user not found exception, right?
Correct.
We don't have to add any other exception. Like
Nothing. In the real time, if you want to throw explicitly by comma, you can add more arguments also. Throwable, catch, single parameter, multiple parameter. Up to our requirement, we can add it as well.
okay.
Let me save this file. Then I will update another small topic. Product and category relationship, I will explain you as well, guys. Okay. Are you able
Sir,
to complete? Yeah,
can
tell.
we
Yes, sir.
send that the
One by one.
zip file want to send or repository link I want to send?
Repo link. I need a repo link. Always repo link. So that you will be comfortable with
Okay,
Git
okay.
as well. Then in the real time, same thing, right? Either you need to raise a PR. In the real time, we will use the same thing, right? Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
So if I say
Okay.
assignment as a Git, at least you should be aware about Git commands also, so that you will be learn alternatively. Yesterday we sent Git videos as well. Who are not aware? Clear? How many of you saw yesterday email? No one?
Sir, I
I
have
saw your
already
email, but
find
not gone through, sir.
Please go through. Emails are very important. Day to day, I will update something on the emails as well, some information. So that's why. Okay.
sir,
Yeah.
I did link also
You can ping in the chat box, please. You can ping in the chat box. You have a mic problem. I'm unable to hear. It's very difficult to hear your voice, please. Okay. Now this is a one. Now this microservices, officially we can say we can close this service. We can start fresh microservice here. You guys are responsible to complete the remaining assignments. Once we're done, then we will start other microservices we'll touch as well. Different kind of scenarios we have, right? Now this is the first microservice what we done. Same replica. Yes, Suraj.
After we are going to handle exception globally, then what we don't need to handle it method level using try catch block.
No more, not required. Only global level exceptions we should handle.
Okay.
Okay. Try catch very rarely we will use. Sometimes I mean to say any null pointer or any array index out of bound. If your customization, then you can do that activity here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Shekhar, just you sent email. Why? Because who are enrolled in this course, for them only they will get the link. So that's why. If anyone joined previously, maybe you may not get. Just drop an email, guys. We will see. Okay. Now I am this video I am closing the session, and fresh video again I will start for the product microservice operation, so that the video will be only specific to user service here. Just give me 1 minute, guys.